So if you explain your decisions after they're already made, you're not being polite. You're trying to make other people comfortable at your expense. And if you keep explaining your choices to people who already made up their mind, you're not communicating. You're just asking for permission that you really don't need. Welcome to the Drew Chaz Podcast. This is where quiet leaders rise, deep thinkers win, and overthinking becomes your greatest strategy. Each week, we're going to unpack simple, powerful tools to help you grow with confidence, clarity, and a calm momentum. If you're ready for real growth without the noise, well, let's just dive right into it. Welcome back to the Drew Chaz Podcast. I'm Drew, and today we're talking about a habit that introverts tend to have and don't even realize that you have it, and that is over-explaining. You explain your reasoning long after it was asked for, and afterwards you just feel drained. You feel exposed and smaller than when the conversation started. And by the end of this episode, you're going to understand why over explaining just feels necessary. You're going to see why it quietly erodes your confidence and how to stop doing it without becoming cold or rude or just disconnected. You'll understand why you feel the urge to explain yourself, and you'll learn the hidden cost of verbal overgiving. And then you're going to know how to speak less without feeling guilty, which in turn, you'll walk away with a calmer, more grounded way to communicate. So why do you think that introverts over explain? Well, over-explaining it's really a safety strategy. It's usually starts early in life, and you learn that it reduced conflict, and you learn that misunderstandings just felt dangerous. So your brain adapted. It started offering extra context to prevent that friction. And what was the intention? It was all for protection. The result is self-abandonment. Every extra explanation sends us an unspoken message. I don't trust my decisions to stand on my own. But here's a shift that most people miss. Healthy explanation answers a question, but over-explaining tries to manage someone else's reaction. The moment you keep talking after your point is clear, you're no longer sharing information. What you're doing is you're seeking validation. And this is exhausting because approval is unpredictable. No amount of explaining guarantees that acceptance. Now, there is a hidden cost of over explaining because over explaining creates these problems first. It weakens your authority. People trust clarity more than detail. And second, it drains your energy. All of these things we've been talking about for weeks and weeks and weeks is just the main result is energy drain. You relive the decision while defending it. And one of the worst parts is that it teaches others to question you when you justify everything. People just assume justification is always required. None of this is intentional, but it adds up. Your communication pattern has a structure. I created a free introvert quiz that shows how your mind handles decisions, handles boundaries, and handles pressure. Take the quiz at drewchaz.com. I'll put the link in the show notes. But let's talk about calm confidence and what it actually sounds like. Confidence, it's not loud. It's contained. Calm confidence sounds like this is what I've decided and this works for me. I'm comfortable with this choice and no explanation is attached. You never see these loud people come out boisterous and say all kinds of crazy things and they don't apologize for it. They don't explain it. They just move on to the next one, right? But I think everyone understands what they're actually getting at. And they feel comfortable doing it. But I want you to know today that silence is not a weakness. It's containment. And when you stop filling spaces, people are going to adjust. So how are you going to stop over explaining in real time? Well, here's the rule. Answer the question that was asked and then stop. If no question was asked, no explanation is required. When the urge to explain rises, pause and ask yourself, am I informing or defending? If the answer is defending, you're done speaking. It takes practice, but the relief is immediate. So, this is your quick win challenge for the week. Just notice one moment where you start explaining unnecessarily. Finish your sentence, then stop. And then let the silence exist. That pause is where the confidence is going to grow. Over explaining is a learned safety habit, and it quietly erodes confidence. But clarity builds trust faster than detail, and silence reinforces that self trust. So, as we conclude, this is what I'm really hoping that you learned about this episode. Confidence does not require justification. Speaking less strengthens authority. You don't owe explanation for your boundaries. You don't need better reasons. You need firmer ground. The less you explain, the more your words carry weight. Thanks so much for listening to the Drew Chaz Podcast. If today's episode gave you a spark of clarity, the best way to support the show is to follow, leave a quick review, and share it with another introvert who needs the message and the encouragement. And remember, your analytical mind isn't the problem. It's your power when you know how to use it. So keep thinking deeply, keep moving forward, and most of all, you be you.